joining. If you're new here, I'm Wendy and this is Nina's Jewels. My husband and I buy things at garage sales, flea markets, and thrift stores to sell online and flip for a profit. If that's content you're interested in, stick around. Today's video is going to be picking orders from our new inventory room. And if you watched our last video where we picked orders, you know we had a lighting issue in this room, and I'm happy to say that we resolved it and we got a bunch of new lighting installed, and it is really bright in here now. Lighting is definitely not an issue anymore. So we're going to pick orders for all of our sales for the weekend. It includes all the sales that we had from Saturday through Sunday. And we have 27 items that are going out across, I think, 19 orders. Is that right?
I don't remember how many actual, 22 orders maybe. Yeah,
maybe 22 orders. So I'm gonna go through and pick those, and the day isn't over, so we might have a few more things that go out tonight, but we had a pretty good weekend, so we're excited about that. So the first thing that we sold was a cabbie jacket that we've had in our store for a really long time. And we've had a lot of clothes in our store for a long time. So I ran a clearance sale on a lot of our older clothing merchandise, 30% off of everything, and we're trying to clear out some of our older clothing items, and this was one of the items that sold from that. So, oh, actually this is not in here. This is over here. But we do have a lot of stuff going out of that closet. So that is in bin D5. And it's right here. We'll show you everything on the screen as well. This jacket is really heavy, so it's going to be expensive to ship. And you know what? We actually have another item out of this bin as well. We also sold a pair of boys' shorts. But let me go back to that cabbie jacket for a second. We picked up that cabbie jacket at a thrift store. We paid $5.86 for it, and it sold for $19.88 on offer to buyer. The shorts belong to my son, so that we had no cost associated with those. Those are Under Armour shorts. They are youth size medium. Those sold for $12.58, and our cost was $0. So the next item that sold was actually gifted to us from a friend. So thank you to Susan for the gift. It is an antique coffee grinder, which we'll show you on the screen because it looks really cool in person. But this sold for $55 on best offer, and our cost was $0. Again, thank you, Susan. So we'll go put these items up.
I'm not looking forward to shipping that one.
No, that one's gonna be tough. Okay, next up was some body spray. It's actually in another room. It's Body Fantasies. It was just new body spray that we found at a garage sale for 50 cents. It sold for $9.99, and we only paid 50 cents at a garage sale.
And we just sold something else.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a good one. We sold some needle points for $75. I'll keep that. We'll do that at the end. Next up is actually in here. Next up is another item that belonged to my daughter. It's a pair of jeans. They're these. They're a pair of H&M women's jeans. We'll show you on the screen. But our cost was $0. Oh, I was just gonna fold them out. But those sold for $17.88, and I think they were part of our clearance sale too. And like I said, our cost was $0 on those. Next up was another item that I had on our clearance sale, And it is in that closet that I tried to go in first. The brand is Live a Little, or LAL, and it's a suede sweater jacket. I'd picked this up at a garage sale last year. It's a size 1X red suede sweater jacket, and we paid $2 at a garage sale, and it sold for $30.38. Okay, next up, in a previous video you had seen me mention that we weren't going to sell these items because I had seen another seller say that they weren't allowed, but I had done some more research on these, and they're gel pillow masks that you use with a CPAP machine, and he had said that you can't sell these because they're not allowed. But actually I've done more research, and these are not a prescription item, and they are allowed. So I did end up listing these, and we had a quantity of 3, and 2 of them sold. So we had gotten these in the Goodwill bins, and they sold for $39.98 for 2 of them. And we had paid $1.34 for these.
Is it in C1 or B1?
C1.
Oh.
So there are these gel masks, and we still have one more to sell. Next up are some trading cards that we sold, which we've already actually pulled out, and they all sold to the same buyer. They're from the 1992 Top Stadium Club Series 3. We sold a quantity of 2 Sammy Sosa cards, 1 Greg Maddux card, and 2 Nolan Ryan cards for a total of $11.45. These were all from my husband's personal collection, and so our cost was $0. Next up is something that we've had in our store for a really long time. We found it in the Goodwill bins. It was a vintage, or it is a vintage, like little plush Beanie Baby type bear. The brand is New York City Bears or something like that. It's a little plush, like police bear. We'll show you on the screen too. Anyway, that finally sold, and oddly, it's going overseas through the global shipping program.
United Kingdom.
Yeah, so that sold for $12.98 on offer to buyer, and we had paid $1.33 in the Goodwill bins. Okay, next up is in bin B6. And we also got this item in the Goodwill bins. It's a men's Rolling Stone shirt. Let's see. It's just, you know, the classic Rolling Stones graphic. It's not vintage, it's modern. We paid 61 cents for this, and it sold for $9.88 on our clearance sale.
That one's a heavy one.
Ugh, I'm telling you. Okay. Next up is something we also got in the bins, and you might have seen on one of our videos, we picked up all of these crafts. And we had these lotted with some other items, and then a buyer contacted me and asked me if I would separate out these particular like mosaic crafts. And it worked out, and I agreed to do it because of the way we had some of the other stuff lotted together. It was really easy, but I told her I would do it for a handling fee to make the custom listing, and she readily agreed to that, so it worked out. So we went ahead and did that for her.
I think those are already picked.
Oh, they are? Oh, okay.
Well,
we already have
because
them pulled.
when we had to take the picture of the new listing,
okay. So,
I just left them in here in the to-do basket.
okay, you're right. Here they are. So we went ahead and pulled those out for her. So I actually have our cost listed as 0 because I just had rolled it into the one that we pulled out. But, you know, we probably did have a little cost associated with it.
Like $1 something.
Yeah, on our spreadsheet it says 0 because I've rolled it into something else. Okay. Next up is a Playboy. There's always a Playboy.
We do sell a lot of Playboys.
All right. It is 1982. Mariel Hemingway. There she is. This one, it is The War on Drugs. This sold for $10 on best offer, and we paid $1.43 per issue. And then we also sold, it was A Christmas Story 2. It's new and sealed. We got it in the Goodwill bins. We paid 94 cents for this. I think we have one
There's another
more.
one.
Yeah, we have one more of these. Next up is a Cabbage Patch doll, which we also got in the Goodwill bins. It's in bin E1. I think she's right here on the top. Okay, here she is. She's got some stains on her. She's not in great shape. But she sold for $15. We only paid 67 cents for her. It's so funny too because we had a buyer like just the day before this one sold, message me and say, you know, you have it listed for too much. I can only pay $5. And I was like, you know, if we shipped it to you for $5, we'd be paying you. And then immediately it sold to somebody else for $15. So I was happy about that. Okay, next up is a women's shirt that we got in the box of plus size clothing on Facebook Marketplace that didn't end up being plus size clothing.
Unless you consider large plus size.
Yeah, and small. It is in E5, and here it is right on top. It is this, the brand is Sunday, and it says always amazing on it. It's just kind of a knit top. We've had it for a long time. I think it sold on the clearance sale. We paid $4.17 for each item that we got in that box, and this sold for $14.38. Next up is Out of This Closet. We got this item in the Goodwill bins. Oh, that's really in there. And it's this.
Our coat closet's pretty stuffed.
It is. It's this youth Old Navy corduroy trucker jacket. We paid 61 cents at the Goodwill bins, and it sold for $30.38. Next up is in the other room. Why I didn't hang this up. Okay. Next up, we also got in the Goodwill bins. Let's see, it is this, I think. Yeah. It's this vintage 1993 Microsoft MS-DOS user's guide. We got for 94 cents, and it sold for $14.99, which was our full asking price. Next up is back in the other room. This came from Facebook Marketplace. This one came from the Facebook Marketplace garbage bags of clothes, which was a great deal. Oh, that bin is also heavy. is a men's Croft and Barrow classic fit no iron dress shirt. We paid 67 cents per item for all the clothes in those bags, and this sold for $11.98. It was also on our clearance sale.
We're trying to make room so we can source some more.
Yep. And we're still making profit on all of this. Just not as much. Oh. Okay, next up is in B1. And you might have seen us pick this up. This was the embroidery hooping tool called the Snappy Hooper or something.
That's the
like
one I
that.
picked up in the video, so I picked it up because it looked expensive.
Yeah, and it was. It sold for $45. We got it in the Goodwill bins and we paid 67 cents. I think there might be something else in this bin. Yes. Also in this bin is something else we got in the Goodwill bins. It's this burlap ribbon, and we paid 94 cents in the bins, and this sold for $10.99, which was full asking price. All right. And then there's something in here. Now this item, when I saw how much we paid for it, I don't know if we're gonna make a lot on this one. Maybe. We're not gonna make any money on it because we can't find it. There it is. Okay. All right, it's this Tabitha jacket from Anthropology. It sold for $32 even, which is on best offer, and we paid $11.77 at the thrift store. So we'll still make a little bit of money, but
Yeah, we'll make like $10.
yeah, I don't know why we paid that much. We must have been caught up in the moment. Oh no, we still have that thing we just sold. These are rubber rain boots that are made to look like cowboy boots. And the brand is Nomad. They're women's size 10. We paid $10 for these at a garage sale, and they sold for $32.19 on the clearance sale. So that will still make a little bit of money. And then let me go get my phone and I'll see what sold.
The table is full.
Oh. And let me double check this too. All right, the last thing that sold was it's the set of 3. We'll show you on the screen. They're Cruel embroidery, like CREWEL, not like mean, but embroidery. I don't know. I think my mom might have made these. I'm actually not sure, but we found these in an old storage shed in the business that we own in in some of the old stock that they had, but I remember that these were maybe hanging in our kitchen a long time ago. So I actually have fond memories of these, if I'm remembering correctly, but I really liked these.
They're actually pretty cool.
I almost kept these, but these sold for $75, so I'm pleased about that as well. Either way, I really liked these. I almost kept them, but I think somebody else really liked them too, so they will enjoy them as well. But these are very well done and super cool. So Mom, if you made those, you did a really good job, and I really liked them. And if you didn't make those, then I don't know what I'm remembering. All right, so.
Wow, that's quite a haul.
Yeah, that's everything. Hopefully we'll still sell some more stuff tonight. We still have a few hours to go. And that wraps up this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure and hit that like button. And please make sure to hit the subscribe button. We are only 24 people away from hitting our subscriber goal of 100. When we do, we will be giving away $100 in gift cards, and we'd love if you would be a part of that. And thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Thanks.